Joining me on IPEM 2017's Web TV studio are Christophe Karvelis and Laurent Benard. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Christophe Karvelis, you're the president and founder of Capzanine. Laurent Benard, you're the managing director. How did you two start this adventure? How did Capzanine start?
Well, we started Capzanine in 2004. I was working at that time for a big institution investor called ABN AMRO. I was running the private equity side of ABN AMRO in Paris, and I felt that there was something missing in the market. I mean, mezzanine financing and equity financing was already existing, but not for the lower end of the market. And I felt that the market being more mature, that there would be a need for lower end of the market for that type of financing and something which could provide a mix of both, which didn't exist. We were the first one to do that. After that, quite a few competitors came over, but at that time we were the only one. And so that was the main reason why I decided to leave ABN AMRO. And the second reason is I was 42, and I've been working for institutional investors for quite a while, and I wanted to be independent. So for those two reasons, that's the reason why we decided to create Capzanine, and Laurent joined me a few months after I've launched Capzanine, and we're still married, we're still together.
What was the original offer, and how did that evolve between inception and today?
We have started. Christophe has started in 2004 with two distinct products, equity and mezzanine at that time. That was a right product for that period of time. It was enough to be alongside banks and find solutions for entrepreneurs. We were mainly focusing our business on small and mid-cap companies, and being in touch with them on a daily basis, we understood that it was not enough. We started with equity and mezz, and entrepreneurs and companies were looking for alternatives. Banks struggled in 2008, 2009, and they had still some needs at the time. So we started creating alternative solutions aligned with our LPs, and we diversified with senior financing and unitranche financing. So now Capzanine is a diversified long-term financing solutions for small and mid-cap companies. So we are doing equity, mezz, unitranche, and senior financings. And we are trying to be flexible because we are providing some custom-made product instead of some normalized product like banks, for example. It's because these companies are smaller. It's not all normalized, so they need custom-made. And this is what we are trying to provide them with on a daily basis.
Tailored solutions, small and mid-cap. On what sectors are you involved with?
We are generalists. You always have champions in every verticals, in every business sectors. We are trying to be agile and providing some solutions. We've done in 2016 a deal's name is ORSIS. ORSIS, for example, is a training program on new technologies on a B2B basis. And the owner was starting with a majority stake in equity in his mind at the beginning of this process, and we finish in a minority stake. And we have the ability to jump from one solution to another. Alvest, for example, it's a number one player in the world in terms of airport equipment. The private equity fund wanted to preempt the situation, and we were able to provide him with a unitranche financing, which is the whole pack of the financing solution alongside the PE firms. And discussions took a little bit longer, and they finished they wanted a senior plus med, and then we were able to do a mezzanine. And we've done that also with senior loans on Chateau Forme. You probably know Chateau Forme, which is a seminar site organization business. And we provide them with a senior tranche B financing to help the management buy back its own equity from a private equity sponsor.
I'd like to ask you a personal question, because you offer a broad a variety of solutions, tailored solutions to your clients, and on SMEs. So broad offer, but there must be something differentiating, something different. I mean, this is something very generalist, but you don't create something like what you've done in the past 12 years on without having some specific know-how, advantage, specificity? What are those? What did you base your success
Well,
on?
I mean, our first specificity was to provide those type of financing at the same time. Now, some other people are doing that, but not as a broader as the way we are doing it. I mean, I think we're the only one to provide equity where we can take majority stake or minority stake alongside all the debt tools we mentioned. So that I would say is probably one of the distinction of our offer versus the competition.
Does that mean in terms of recruitment, hiring teams, and so on, you have a different angle when you attract the talents?
Yeah, well, we need to have people who have a DNA of entrepreneurs. I mean, we are not bankers. There are some people providing that with a banking DNA. We're not that. We all are, whether it's debt, with Laurent or myself, more equity geared, we are that DNA of entrepreneurship. So that's one thing. The other, I would say, differentiation is that you have here people who are still doing deals. Even though I'm an older guy, I've been in the market for over 30 years, I'm still doing deals. And I think it's important, even when you're growing, when you are enlarging your spectrum, that the senior guys are still in the market, feel the market, do deals. So I would say that's the second differentiation.
That's an interesting
if I may say
management.
so. The third one is that we are entrepreneurs, as I said, but what we've done late 2015, we opened management company to two main institutional investors, which bring to us as not only money, but smart networking and intentional networking.
Namely?
It's AXA and Eurazeo. So
big
one
players.
is insurance company, the other one is a big PE quoted fund. So those two guys are minority shareholders, 44%. We are still managing and controlling, because otherwise I would never have done it, our company, but we really have, I think, created a sort of mix, the best of two worlds, entrepreneurship, independence, as well as, I would say, strengths and power.
You're based in Paris. Did you bring in? Are you a Franco-French operation? Did you bring in these minority shareholders to perhaps open up to broader operations or a different scale and geography?
That's a good point. Yes, we have opened a Spanish office a little bit over a year ago, and especially through Eurazeo, they have offices now in the States, in New York, in Brazil, and in China, and we are using their power there, their networking there, in order to back, support, help our portfolio companies if they want to develop in those countries. So we really are benefiting from their network as well as the AXA one.
That's a key point because it's international view on doing transactions, and we can have the support from Eurazeo. They have many offices outside France, but our funds are still up to now mainly French focus, because this is where we have a hedge and we can provide some value both to the companies we have in the portfolio and also to our LPs who are looking for people, strong team, and the right route to the market to be able to really provide the right product at the right time. And we have started, yes, Christophe mentioned, an office in Spain a little bit more than a year ago, and we have the same view, having a strong team locally, have a strong presence to always be able to rebuild what we've been doing historically in France after 12 years now. And in the coming years, we're going to necessarily have to open our brain still to additional countries outside France.
Broaden your range.
We're working
yes,
on that.
to broaden the scope of what we can do, but also always with the same DNA, entrepreneurship, and to be able to be flexible and always trying to stick to our DNA, small and mid-cap companies.
You said you opened Madrid a year ago. How much time does it take? I guess it's in Madrid. You didn't actually.
It was
visit
in Madrid.
Spain.
Yes, in
How
Madrid.
much time does it take to get an office in a different country going and get deals going and so on?
It takes time. First of all, you have to find the right person or team, and that takes time. And secondly, people knows us very much. I mean, we are very well recognized in France. In Spain, nobody is expecting us or knows us. So you have to develop your brand image over there. So that takes time. But we have, because of that mixed offer, we have really an edge because there's basically nobody there providing the
it's a
same
strong selling
time
point.
of the broader spectrum of financing solutions.
Is your presence here at IPEM, the international private equity market, is that in relation to your will to broaden your operations?
Well, it's the second time we're coming to the IPEM. Yes, I mean, it's important to be international on the investment side, but I think it's also important to have LPs which are international. And IPEM really provide us, I would say, a way to meet all those LPs in a very nice setting. I think it's probably one of the best settings I've ever seen in our type of organizations, and because it allows us to meet those foreign peoples as well as some of our colleagues in a very cozy way, where you don't have too much crowd, whilst you have the good people. I mean, quality is more important than quantity, and with the setting, with the boxes, and you can talk and have enough privacy to do so. So it's, I think it's important, and the location in Cannes is not so bad.
What are your assets under management, and what are you looking at for 2017? Are you looking to expand your base?
Since end of 15, it's been challenging environment, and 2016 was quite active in terms of fundraising because Christophe finished the fundraising of the Capzanine 4 sponsorless. It's an equity meds fund for small cap companies in France mainly. We have started raising Capzanine 4 private debt. It's a flexible private debt allocation from mezzanine to senior debt through unitranche financings, and we have done the first closing at a little bit more than 500 million euros with a target of 800. We are also raising currently now Artemid 2, the second generation of Artemid senior loan for still small and mid-cap companies once again. So we are now currently managing roughly 2 billion euros. We are hiring some new senior people. We just had the discussion with Christophe earlier on. We are trying to increase the size of the team, always keeping the same DNA, good environment, and we are 20 investment professionals so far. So for the French market, it's a strong presence, and we want to keep having a strong presence in line with the size of the funds that we are managing now. So 2017 is going to be very exciting once again.
A lot of work.
A lot of work to be done, but it's we've been working together for the last 12 years, and hopefully for the next 10, 20 years, it's going to still be the same.
20 years.
We'll see. We'll discuss about that. But it's
I'll be 75 years old.
It's a very nice human story first. It's human environment is really key, and it's good. It's good being at Capzanine.
Well, best of luck to you, gentlemen. Christophe Karvelis, Laurent Benard, Capzanine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.